Seeing my name next to all of these people that I've just idolized for so long. I don't know if the feeling of, do I belong on this playlist, will ever really go away. I kind of hope it doesn't, because that feeling is like indescribable. My name's Ashley Cooke, and this year has been wild. I just recorded this song with Jimmie Allen. I'm going on tour!
Ashley just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of her very first TikTok video that ended up going viral.
When I first posted that video, I think I had maybe 60 followers. Because I hadn't posted anything on my page, I just used it to like and comment and just kind of watch videos. And now I'm almost at 700,000 followers. And that's in a little over a year. Crazy how things can happen. My senior year at Belmont, I applied for this thing called the Country Showcase. I had gone to all the showcases in the years prior, and if you haven't been to one, they're insane. It's like 3,000 people in the Curb Event Center. It's this massive production. The important industry people seem to be there. Previous winners are Brad Paisley and Florida Georgia Line, and just insane artists that I was like, how the hell am I gonna compete in this thing? When they won this thing, I sang 2 songs that I had written when I was younger, 2 original songs, and then I sang The Middle by Maren Morris. It was so much fun. I had my entire group of friends from college in the front row. They were all just dancing, wearing shirts with my name on them, and I ended up winning the competition. I was just jaw dropped. I was like, no way, this did not actually just happen. I had not been on a stage in 4 or 5+ years before I played that showcase, and so going from that to playing a show of 3,000 people on a huge stage, I mean, it was the highlight of my life. So I won the showcase. Was so excited to focus on music full-time, really hit the town, as a new artist, write some songs, really kind of get some new music under my belt. And shortly after that, COVID hit. And so I went and quarantined down in Florida with my family, just trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. How do I be a new artist in Nashville if I'm in Florida in quarantine? How does that work? I'm hanging out, Zoom writing with some friends. When I first started going live on Instagram, TikTok, all the above, I would sing a couple cover songs, maybe 1 or 2 originals. I would just say goodbye, goodnight. I had never even done a live stream before. Then I started going live almost every night, and it just kind of started building up. All right, there's this new challenge going around called the Lay Me Down Challenge, where you basically just sing low to high. So I'm gonna try it, here we go. A friend had sent me a video of this thing called the Low to High Challenge. It's a Sam Smith bridge of that song, Lay Me Down. And you're supposed to basically just sing the same line up an octave and show your range. Down tonight, lay me by your side. I did it having 0 expectation of what was gonna happen with it, and I think that we just went out to the pool, went to the hot tub, played a game of Clue, just kind of hung out. My sister was the one that was like, Ash, I think something's happening here. You have 30,000 views, you have 100,000 views, you have 300,000 views, and it just happened so fast. I just had no idea that people were gonna care that much about this video. I had had TikTok for 2 years before I even started creating content, and it just took off. I really caught the bug after that video. I spent every day learning the platform, learning what not to do, learning how to do things better. I noticed that there were only a handful of people from Nashville and country that were actively on TikTok trying to every day post and gain a fan base on there. And so I reached out to a bunch of them and started this thing called the 615 House, this country hype house. The way that the 615 House came together was so beautiful because it allowed a group of individual artists to find their individual voice, and getting to collaborate with people on the platform, make those friends, kind of figure out a different way. This is the normal path and we kind of went this way. It's exciting now that we get to bring something to the table independently because of social media, and I think that the industry has kind of been shaken a little bit because they're like, whoa, these kids on this app are going #1 on iTunes, and they're doing all of these incredible kind of groundbreaking things, and figuring that out together was exciting, and it's fun to have people in it that also get it with you. You're not alone in that. Since I was a kid, I always just loved music and obsessed over lyrics and songwriting and songs by Rascal Flatts, and I was just a huge fan of performing and could perform for anybody that would let me. I've been a songwriter pretty much my whole life. I used to write poems when I was a kid and put melodies to them, and I remember I wrote this one song poem called Fruit Loops, and it was be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios, and I wrote a melody to it or something, but it's actually a really beautiful part of my story, I think, because I moved around all the time. I was in like 19 different homes before I was 18. I moved to Florida when I was 15, and all my friends drove trucks and listened to the highway and just loved country music because it was the soundtrack to all of the things that we were doing in high school. I found out that I really just loved listening to Florida Georgia Line and Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan. I've always felt this connection to music because I've found something to relate to and something to feel like I've belonged to. It's definitely been the most consistent part of my life, my entire life. So I just wrote this song, and I can't decide if I like it enough to put it out or if it's too vulnerable. I put everything that I'm going through in my life into my music, and some of it sounds very windows down, just feel good, driving to a bonfire kind of stuff, and some of it is the hard things that people can't really talk about that I'd love to speak for them with my music. If you've ever lost someone, this song is for you. One of the first songs that I ever posted, an original song on TikTok, was called Jealous of the Sky, and it was about my best friend that passed away when I was 18 from cancer. I wasn't even planning on really putting that song out. Releasing music into the world, you always feel a little bit like you're standing naked in front of a crowd of people. Writing about, love, breakups, losing people, the really good times, the memories, all of it, if it's that personal to you, it's obviously going to feel like you're putting a piece of you out in the world for the world to judge. But that was the first song that I had played on the radio, on the Bobby Bones show, because of the reaction on TikTok. I bawled. I'm not a crier, but I can't even explain how full circle that moment felt of like, wow, I've always been told to just be genuine and be real and be who I am, because you get to say, hey, this is me, I'm vulnerable, take it as you want it, and hopefully they'll receive it well. Jealous of the sky. I feel like the last year, it's just been 0 to 100. I've had to remind myself to take a minute, you're on the highway as of right now.
This is On the Horizon, and up next, Ashley Cooke, who is not new to the show.
And Bobby Bones played my music and interviewed me, and Jealous of the Sky went viral, and I just put out my debut album. It's called Already Drank That Beer, Side A, that I got to create with these insane A-level musicians and songwriters, like Jimmie Allen. It just feels like it's a constant, ever-changing, ever-evolving momentum, and that's the really exciting thing. There hasn't been a moment, which I love, because it means that it's hopefully gonna keep going. So, who knows? I hope in a year I'll be progressing even more, but I don't really know what that means, because something totally new could happen that I'm not expecting at all, and it'll be just as beautiful as the last year has been.